You're going to get a shot here. 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 You're going to get a shot here.
Welcome to the No Shot NBA podcast with Chuck and Duck. And engineer Ben behind the scenes. The No Shots podcast is brought to you by Dank Delish Coffee. The best beans in the galaxy are the only way to start your morning. Go to dankdelish.com and order some. You won't regret it. You can listen, like, and subscribe to the No Shots podcast on Spotify and YouTube. And listeners, please don't be afraid to send us any questions at noshotspod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. That's noshotspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, drop me in.
It's just wrong.
Basketball.
Difficulty high.
Basketball.
Difficulty high.
Basketball.
Welcome back to the No Shots podcast. Over-unders, also known as 1,000 bottles of baby oil makes the hardwood shine. It's episode 19.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Is it episode 19 or is it season 2, episode 1?
It's season 2, episode 1. That's right, No Shots Pod. It's back. It's October. The No Shots Podcast is back with a very spooky episode. Ooh. Dreary, dreadful. You know what that means. The NBA season is here, and we are back with all our overreactions and cold takes from the opening night.
And warm takes.
Overreactions and underestimations.
Yes.
And procrastinations.
Speaking of procrastination, Big Purr and the Big Apple. There's a new cat in this thing, bringing a lot of mixed emotions for fans, players, and coaches. Along with the spooky fall season, October brings playoff atmosphere. We got WNBA and MLB playoffs chatter. Can two NYC teams take home the trophy in 2024? All of your essential playoff recaps here. Stay tuned to find out. But of course,
Basketball.
a long-awaited NBA season preview. We got over-unders, but it matters this year?
It matters.
We are doing a draft. We're drafting all our favorite teams and all our favorite players for our awards predictions. Who's gonna win what trophy and why? The No Shots podcast goes international again? All that and more coming up on the No Shots podcast. But first, how you guys doing?
I'm well. Well, I wasn't well. Had a little cold there for a minute, but I'm feeling better now.
Shivering.
And
That's Chuck, by the way.
yeah,
I'm
that's
your
me,
host, Duck.
Chuck. I thought about introducing myself, but then I thought it'd be weird.
And to the right, Engineer Buck. How you doing, Buckaroo?
Call me Blanket Ben. It's good to be here for another season. I never thought we'd make it this far, fellas, but here we are.
Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought we'll be here? Season 2.
Season 2.
Woo!
Woo!
I'm surprised the producers picked us up for another season.
Well, the fans really rallied behind us.
Yep.
They did that whole Kickstarter
They did a write-in vote.
petition.
Yep,
Yeah,
petition.
it was awesome.
Kickstarter.
It was almost like Homestuck.
We got 10 signatures for that petition. It was enough.
Yeah, I mean,
For a season?
10
10,000.
million. Yeah, no, thanks, guys. Friends, relatives, randos.
Randos
We're so
out there
happy
listening.
to have you
Thanks for
listening to our pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was I saying how good I am? I'm good.
You're good? How you
I'm
doing,
great.
bud? You're great?
I'm fine.
How are you, Doc?
I'm doing
you doing?
fantastic. I mean, come on. The playoffs, we're going to get into it, man. These playoffs have been nuts. See, basketball's finally back. I'm fucking pumped.
I am pumped.
Yeah. There's a lot to be pumped
Lots
about.
of good sports.
I
to
always
talk about.
love the first day of NBA. It's like I wake up and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I can watch a game tonight.
Huge.
Like Santa came
yeah,
early.
a
I
game
know.
that matters. Now this preseason bullyuck.
Yeah.
Come on.
Preseason summer league. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on. Get them out of here.
I want real ball.
Speaking of coming back for season 2, I gotta give a big thank you real quick. Thanks for Beyonce for letting us do this show. It's a huge help. She's really good.
7.
Boots gone.
Not
boots on the
everyone
ground.
sees what she does behind the scenes
She does a lot
with our podcast.
She's a huge help.
None of this would be possible.
Big
And
shout.
it's really nice. Yeah.
No, Beyonce.
For real.
I call her Beyonce sometimes.
The
We'll
listeners,
call her that.
Is that the most famous name in your phone?
Beyonce?
Well, it would be Beyonce for you, right?
Beyonce. It would be Beyonce. Yeah. Beyonce knows. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You don't. They just don't. The listeners don't understand
Either her or
what
Taylor.
she does behind the scenes. Taylor does do a good bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the one who pitched it to
really
me. She was
helpful.
like, "You should do a pod about
I
basketball."
just feel like she's kind of a micromanager sometimes.
Yeah,
But it's fine.
But it's out of
giving
love.
us millions of
No,
dollars.
no, she does
That's like-
really
that's
good
really
work.
huge.
She does really
Should
good
definitely
work.
not have criticized her on the air.
we would never do that.
I just did.
No, no. Anyways, what's new in the news? What you guys been up to? You guys went to fucking Greece.
We did go to Greece. Andros,
Andros.
Man Island.
Ooh, the main.
No, Chuck has this napkin here from Andros for everyone who doesn't see this room.
I'm holding it up.
Yeah, it has it's a beer, Andros beer, but no place we ever went had it.
It's a little lion like playing an instrument.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah,
That
I
line.
never got
He
to
looks
taste
like
that
he's a
beer.
jazz lion.
He's not, it's a spring.
I know, it's
He's got-
totally not
It does look
instrument.
like he's playing a saxophone, though. I love
He's
that.
playing a sax for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
Come
yeah,
on, any
Greece,
stories?
Athens, Andros. What
All the
stories?
A's.
Well,
What do you? Go ahead, Chuck.
Sorry.
I don't know. I was just gonna ask you which there's like 2 stories.
You got to.
I'm
Two
just saying
stars?
which one
Oh,
You got to.
is the most pod appropriate or
I know
most
we
pod
can't
inappropriate.
tell all our post pod inappropriate.
Okay.
See, now we just sound like we were licentious delinquents.
I know.
Out
Yeah.
there.
This is
You
not
guys
true.
were.
One of the stories is about a guy who wanted to kill us,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and
the other story is one of those,
In danger.
just dreamy European vacations.
Those nights.
nights. Those
Yeah.
nights that you have in Europe. That's
Oh, I know those nights. Nights like this.
well,
or we could just sum it up.
Or you guys
Could
could
just-
we did a bunch of hikes.
Yeah, yeah.
Could just be
It was good. We
mysterious.
went to a bunch of cafes.
well,
Yeah.
we had the
Huge.
kindness and the cruelty of strangers.
Yes,
That's
both-
we experienced those things.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't know. I really hadn't eaten out and tried the cuisine to its fullest, which I feel like I accomplished
this I was
more so.
pretty
this.
proud of. I took Chuck to
Okay.
all these restaurants.
Nice.
And we both tried all the dishes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
We tried new things.
all the 6 of them.
What's the most
That's funny.
wild thing you guys tried?
The most vital,
Wild
wild.
out there.
Yeah, we ate like very basic things. Well, that's the thing with Greek food. I mean, it's wonderful. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite foods, but it's like it knows its selection.
Those pork chops with the mustard sauce
Oh,
and the
yeah, you
grilled
got those.
zucchini on the side.
That looks
Ooh,
really good.
sounds good.
So good.
Yeah, I love a mustard sauce.
And
They would just give Charles mustard sauce without even. I've never gotten
just
mustard
knew.
sauce, but they knew this guy.
knew.
oh yeah.
Fucking
Well,
American.
I would always go to that one Euro place
Yeah, that we went to.
and they put the mustard sauce on your Euro. So
Oh.
that's I don't know. I knew that mustard sauce from there, but before, I, that's all I ate there pretty much.
Yeah.
I had, one meal or two at a time, but not like this. What was that salad? What did that salad have in it?
Which one? The tabbouleh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we were
sneaky
into the
highlight.
tabbouleh.
It's very delicious.
Yeah, that was really
salad.
good.
Tabbouleh salad.
Tabbouleh salad. We got some after that man on the beach threatened us.
Yeah.
He said that he knew my grandfather. Craziness.
Keep teasing the story.
Crazy. No, we're never going to tell the full story. We're just going to tease it.
Yeah.
Teases.
Oh, we walked through a fish and meat market in the heart of Athens. You ever walk through a giant meat market with vaulted ceilings and just little shorn
Just
pigs
taking-
everywhere and
Yeah.
fish and crabs?
Guts.
Yeah, and the craziest thing about there's guts everywhere,
Yeah.
and just meat and skin everywhere. Well, I guess without the skin, really. And then just inside there's just a restaurant with like open, like kind of street seating, like it's
Yeah.
outside, and you're just surrounded by just
Guts everywhere.
Yeah.
It's romantic.
People eat there.
I don't know how they could do that. Yeah.
Nuts.
I guess it's kind of normal for seafood
Yeah.
to
you're
be present
around the smell. Yeah.
but they're not that far away from just gutted
pork
pigs
and
and
chicken
it's like.
and stuff. Yeah.
But
I thought so too. But it could be an interesting experience. I
Yeah.
suppose.
we bought a bunch of records,
Oh yeah, I saw some of those.
The records.
and yeah, the island was very chill. We went on a couple hikes, like I said earlier, and a 14-mile hike.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Did you guys get lost?
We just took a long way home.
Yeah. I don't think
Kind of hard to get
technically-
lost on that island.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can always see the edge.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got to swim in the ocean, and
Oh, come on.
we figured out our
great.
mosquito problem by the end there. I was
Oh,
really proud of
We
us.
know what
that?
the solution was. We had
What?
all these mosquitoes coming in our room about 9, 10 p.m. Like 3 or 4 days in. We were like, what if we close the door?
No, you
shot.
have because but it gets hot
It gets
in there.
hot
so
in
you
there.
want to keep the doors open because there's a nice breeze.
Yeah.
Right,
Then about
exactly.
9, 10 o'clock, this breeze kind of just stopped, kind of coming.
Yeah, and it gets hot.
And then
all
it gets
this
so
stuffy
steamy,
air.
and then like right at like 10 o'clock, all the mosquitoes rush in.
Yep.
So we'd have the door open till about 9:30, and then it was time to close the doors for the night.
Close the doors. No one could come in
And then
here
like
after
literally no
9:30
mosquitoes.
Or
we got the
closed.
air conditioning on. That really helped.
Oh, they have air conditioning over there.
Yeah, they had air conditioning. They had every appliance in this Airbnb, but in like the scariest possible form.
What about George? George was a nice
George
guy.
was great.
Very
he was
nice
really
man.
nice.
Okay.
This guy picked us up at the Airbnb with his pickup truck. And he's like an old farmer. And he's like, jump in my car, fellas. I'll show you around the town.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, okay, it goes 500 meters this way and 500 meters that way. Here is a pizza restaurant
Nice.
and a cafe. Here's a supermarket, cheap, cheap, cheap. And here's your house. That's the town.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the
It was
whole
like he
town.
drove us 3 blocks
Yeah.
and then drove us 3 blocks back.
That's great. Great pick from George.
And we were right on top of a sports bar called Paradise Sports Bar and Cafe. And every morning, I swear, like earlier and earlier, it would be like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You'd hear them playing pool, playing billiards, just
hear
the
the
crack.
crack.
Yeah. I'd be
Wow.
like, why are they starting already? I'm just opening my eyes.
earlier and earlier.
Yeah, they were fiends.
And I want to just give a good shout out to Captain Roger.
Captain
Rebels.
Roger of the Salty Seas.
Shout out Captain Roger.
And one last highlight was the movie theater. That was really cool.
That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, one of my favorite Athens experiences. We saw Danny's favorite movie, Vertigo, in an outdoor theater. I had seen this theater. I'd never been there before. It was so cute with the little folding chairs.
Cheers, yeah. All right, yeah. So that was the movie.
It made me appreciate Vertigo all the more, and we spent the rest of the trip doing James Stewart impressions. So.
yeah. Especially after Rear Window.
The rest of the
Oh
trip,
yeah, especially after Rear Window.
they're
we
still
really
doing James
reinforced it.
Stewart impressions.
What do you mean? I've always been James Stewart.
What are you gonna do, Lisa?
What are you?
Gonna do, Lisa?
What are you going to do, Lisa?
When-
You
no,
gonna eat
there's-
fish heads and rice? You ever eaten fish heads and rice before? No, I didn't think so. How could you possibly accompany me on my photographic expeditions? It just shouldn't make sense. You're a society girl. All right, that's it. I got it out for the pod. I'm done.
Salute Stewart. Salute Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Virgo's the most overrated movie of all time.
I did like it.
Fair enough.
For the,
Fair enough. It's a beloved movie,
I
classic.
don't really, I don't really pay attention to all the critics or what the people,
hoopla.
what the people think. I really just,
Hoopla.
just it's all just my opinion.
Fair
So
enough.
I really like the movie.
That's
I mean, just because of how insane it got, it just gets insane.
Yeah.
yeah.
I could see why that would create a bunch of hoopla. But
To me, it's the
Quintessential film ever made.
It's a quintessential Hitchcock for me.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
It's.
I think this is my thing. I don't really believe in the quintessential.
That's fair, but but for me it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
That's fair.
not in terms of
disagree.
movies. I'm not saying I don't. There probably can never be like a best movie. That's kind of a silly. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
But like
For that.
reading
film.
it as Hitchcock with like the silent. But I think Hitchcock would probably agree with you
Yeah. Probably.
from what
I
he
agree with
said.
that too.
He's just like, oh, I just keep making movies.
Yeah.
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 And I get from like an artistic standpoint, I kind of
Maybe that's
agree with
it.
that
It's like,
too.
well, I used to definitely believe that certain albums and stuff were quintessential. But
Yeah.
I think as I've just progressed in some of my artistic processes, I'm like, that's just bullshit. I can't create a masterpiece. So I don't really
Right.
believe like anyone else could really create a masterpiece. I feel like someone just walks into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Perfect storm
lovely, but
situation.
it's going to be quintessential for some people and just not for others. So it doesn't really feel like there's one like vibing force behind a piece of art that just inspires a generation like or something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
but here's my audience perspective just on Hitchcock is that he said his like main goal with his filmmaking was to evoke an emotional response. And for me, Vertigo evokes the strongest emotional response
Okay.
in
That's fair.
my experience. So I guess it's my quintessential Hitchcock experience.
That's fine. I think that's fair, but I feel like when you call something like when a critic would call something quintessential,
Quintessential.
they're
Or their
they
masterpiece.
have to talk about it's the entire collective. It's not
they're
just one person.
yeah, they're acting like they're being objective.
Yeah.
And being like, yeah, it's a fact because of this, and this, and
It's
like
always tough.
maybe you could find metrics for that, but ultimately, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have a drop. My album released today.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So go to your streaming service out there and type in Frank Finn
Frank Finn.
and go listen to the album, which is it's called Universe Meet Frank Finn.
Universe
kind of-
Meet Frank Finn.
Yeah. It's a little garage rocky phase that I'm going through, so you can come along for the journey.
Very excited.
I'm very excited.
Very excited.
And who is Frank Finn?
Who is Frank Finn exactly?
Frank Finn is kind of my inner emo garage rocker self.
Yep. Your alternate persona
But where does he
Yeah.
live?
Where does he live?
in a garage.
I don't know. He
Lives in the garage?
He definitely, I don't know, he lives in the continuum of space and time. Maybe like it's another dimension or something.
Ooh.
It's another part of myself that exists somewhere.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Maybe it's just an alternative
Subconscious.
universe.
Yeah. Maybe.
But I feel like I have connection with him. So
No, I'm excited. I can't wait to come in next pod and just rip that out into shreds.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come in here and rip it to shreds.
Shit all over.
Totally shit all over.
You know, the main singer's voice is too nice. It's too clean.
because it's too perfect.
it certainly will not be
It's
too
all,
perfect.
Yeah, it would not be that. If it's garage rock.
No, it's gonna be great. Go listen to Frank Finn, everybody, on your streaming devices.
Check it out.
Check it out. I've heard some of the songs, not all of them.
You better not spoil it for me.
Well, I'm dropping something as well.
Which is
I'm dropping a line of magazines.
what's the magazine called?
Older men's fashion.
Older men's fashion. Wow. When is that coming out?
Winter?
Winter. Okay.
The
That
winter
sounds good.
edition. Yeah. Okay. Go on. Go ahead.
You know, speaking of music, I went to a little concert. You went.
Oh,
Did
you
Ben
almost
go?
you almost didn't go to a little concert.
Almost didn't go to a concert. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Getting my in the process. All right. Who cares about that though?
Tell us about this concert.
It's Vince Staples.
Oh,
West Coast hip hopper.
The guitarist.
No, Vince.
no, that's
Staples.
Dick Stapleton.
Dick Stapleton. No, yeah, and it was fun. It was chill vibes.
Really nice and chill. Yeah.
Great vibes. I literally have it in my notes to talk about this. I don't know what to say. It was just great vibes.
I was wondering if you had any stories, but
if you had to describe your night in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh, great fucking
don't forget
question.
about the Yankees.
He said earlier, I didn't want to do words.
I didn't want to do words.
Do words now.
3 words, what would be chill,
Ding.
shitty win.
Shitty win.
Yeah, chill, shitty win, because Vince Staples did all the songs I kind of want him to do, so that was a win. The fact that I almost didn't go to the concert, I did, and that's a win too. And of course, we'll talk about it later, but my baseball team won that day.
Also,
Later.
Vince was sick.
But it was shitty, because, Vince was sick. That could go to the shitty part, Unfortunate, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you
But
gonna
I stepped in dog poop twice that night.
Oh, no.
Not once,
Wow.
almost 3 times. It was nuts. Unprecedented
man.
numbers for
That's
me.
crazy.
Wow.
I was on a real
Hey,
heater
that's
that
probably
night.
good luck.
But hey, it ended up being a good night
Especially
otherwise.
for,
Yeah.
Otherwise, it ended up being a good night. But yeah, what do you think about the concert, Ben?
Oh, it was great. It was super.
3
Do I have to do words?
You can't use the same words.
Okay. I'm not going to use the same words. All right. Let me think about it. Okay.
We have to describe something with a word, Lisa.
Okay. I got it. Aura, sweaty,
Boom.
tailspin.
Ding, ding.
Wow.
Aura.
Sweaty tailspin.
The whole concert was like an aura concert for me because for the most, or like half of it, we couldn't see Vince.
Chunk we couldn't see much.
But we could see like the stage. If I like really stood on tiptoe, I could like see like colorful lights, and he just had a American flag billowing in the back. And the songs, like he has songs that sound really kind of similar, but they have like very interesting beats and like a certain vibe, which is super chill. And so yeah, that was a concert in an aura sense. It was sweaty because I was sweating when we had to pee, and then we went in, and we had to figure out Danny's ticket, and then Terminal 5 is just a hot house. It's just people close together.
So crowded.
Although on the balcony we had lots of space, to be fair.
Yeah.
What was the third? Tailspin? Oh, I was still jet lagged because of Greece.
Yeah.
So like by the time we had like our second beer at Blue Ruin, I was done.
Oh, at Blue Ruin at the bar after.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty tired, but I was like, I can push through and have a couple.
Oh yeah. Okay,
couple
that's
brews.
fair.
But then I was like, all right, it's done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
over.
I feel that. I feel that.
Feel that? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
The No Shots podcast is brought to you by Dank Delish Coffee. Whether you need a jolt on the way to the office or in relax mode in the afternoon, Dank Delish Coffee is the only quality bag of Colombian home roasted beans that hits the spot just right. Roasted locally in Queens, New York, you can find Dank Delish coffee beans at dankdelish.com and have their deliciousness shipped right to your lovely abode. Start your morning with a cup of Delish. Why not?
Duck. Ball.
Woo!
Ball.
And not just LaMelo Ball.
Basketball.
Ball. All right, what's first? Let's do up first.
Bang.
Engineer Buck.
the cat trade. Who are you sadder about losing, Randle or DiVincenzo?
All right, big purrs in the Big Apple. All right, I can't fucking believe it. All right, initial reaction.
You want me to read the trade?
All right, let's go for the
All right,
trade.
here's the
first.
trade.
Go ahead.
The Knicks receive Carl Anthony Cat Towns and the draft rights to James Najee via Hornets. Oh, exciting.
Yeah, that's...
The Timberwolves receive Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, Keita Bates Diop, a future first-round pick from the Knicks via the Pistons. Pick is top 13 protected in 2025. Top 11 in 26, top 9 in 27, and if it doesn't convert by then, it's the second round.
Or 1 second.
It could be 2. I don't know. Oh, and don't forget about the Hornets.
Oh yeah, they got
Let's get in on this.
They got some
too.
cash considerations.
Ooh, money.
Considerations. Charlie Brown.
Consider this.
Literally, I wrote this. Charlie Brown. Daquan Jeffries, Dwayne Washington Jr. I'm sure all these guys have been cut. 2 future second-round picks via Knicks.
Okay.
And 225 second-round pick via T-Wolves.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't even know
Hornets getting on
they
that.
were involved.
Yeah, they got it on it like a day or two later, right? Like the next day.
Yeah, I think it was like just-
it's not official yet because the Hornets are gonna join. And it was like, okay, but it's pretty much, it was like the key players were like pretty much official.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, initial reaction as a Knicks fan. Man, I was really excited for the Nova brothers.
I was too.
The animated style of friendship. And last year, everyone getting injured, including Randle. People kind of forgot about Randle, and I started becoming I finally became a Randle defender, or a Randle apologist. And
Hold on a second.
yeah,
All right. Are we good? Okay.
test.
1, 2, 3.
Boogaloo. All right. Yeah, I mean, I was finally starting to become a Randle apologist and defender.
Yeah.
So, initial reaction was like, I mean, this has been a rumor for a while. The Knicks wanting Cat, Leon Rose, and Worldwide West, and Clutch Sports, and
And you had said you wanted Cat at some point.
I never said that. I never said that.
I think you said,
I said Cat's a real option.
yeah.
I wanted MB and like Paul George last season, but I also knew that wasn't an immediate thing. I knew it was probably a down the line thing. I never wanted Cat, brother.
Oh, I'm saying you expressed interest in Cat.
No, no.
You were like, oh, we're
personally-
going to get Cat. Ooh.
Okay, that might have been a bit, but I always did think we were gonna get Cat because of the connections there. I personally, as a fan, never wanted Cat.
Okay.
Still kind of don't. But we'll get to the Cat side of it.
All right.
Yeah. So it hurt Randle. So, and it was that, and also just the depth of the two players, because we got so banged up last year with injuries. So see DiVincenzo now have that fourth Nova guy on a really good deal, and I just kind of started turning the corner around. I'm like, he's gonna come back. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. So I was kind of hoping this trade would happen like next year, but this is immediate reaction of the new, what is it called?
CBA.
The third apron or second
Second
apron.
apron.
This is immediate reaction, and also this is the Knicks going all in on Brunson as the guy, just building around Brunson. So now you got this crazy spacing, and also, they still probably do this trade if Mitchell Robinson didn't get hurt, but Mitchell Robinson getting hurt was like, it was another thing. Also, for the T-Wolves side of it, I would have also liked to see them do this trade in a year. See, what do you guys think about that?
I definitely kind of agree with that. Like, I don't understand, like, especially on the Wolves side of things, where you just had pretty much your second or first greatest run in franchise history.
Yeah.
And you just immediately shelve shake up one of, your second best player. You switch him out for someone else.
But wasn't the media saying all year round that so they should trade Cat?
But like you got so far. I don't think they were that far away in that Dallas Mavericks series.
No, yeah.
To say, like, sure, do they feel a little less seasoned? But I don't know. The last time they made it to the Western Conference Finals, those KG teams, they immediately, tore the team apart after that.
Yeah.
And they never got back. And eventually they just had to trade KG because they just sucked. And most of that's ownership. I know they have a better GM in place, but it's all kind of up in the air because Connolly is A-Rod and what's the other guy's guy. So if it goes back to I think it's Foster.
So you think this is just a money-saving move?
Yes, absolutely.
For the T-Wolves side of
For the
it,
T-Wolves.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think if you're going to be a serious organization, you just got so far, this team still, your best player is still so young. Take another hack at it. It's not a, I know take another hack at it. I think it's just stupid. It's I don't know.
agree.
It's irresponsible. Like to, I know there's all the second apron stuff and what KAT's super expensive, but
And everyone complaining about KAT in the playoffs.
I know, but just give it another shot. You were so close.
Yeah, this was also like his best playoff performance.
I agree. Yeah, it was in
Besides,
the
like,
second
Mavericks.
round.
Yeah, he was so good. He was one of the reasons
I know.
why he got so far.
I don't know.
What do you think about this,
So you're
then?
just gonna give up on a guy? Because I know I don't believe in KAT like at all. I don't think he's a serious basketball player.
Whoa, that's my player.
But you made
guy.
it so
he's your
far.
guy.
He was an integral part to beating Denver in that series, in which he played superb. We can't. He hasn't had that much playoff experience. Like, let him, try to figure it out for one more year before you go, this isn't working and we need to save money.
Yeah, what do you think, Ben?
Well, he's going to get the chance to figure it out if the Knicks are in the playoffs.
I know, but
He's just not going to be on the same team. I kind of like Randle and DiVincenzo in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I don't know. Randle and KAT have a similar level of problems, and I guess KAT is more talented and bigger. But
Yeah.
and
I mean,
DiVincenzo kind of sweetens the deal a lot. He's been very clutch for the
does.
Knicks. It
And they
depends
got-
if he vibes with the Minnesota team, but I feel like
he does.
okay,
he's got 3 more years.
Put your trust in
Vincenzo.
Ant, and maybe it's the CBA's fault, but I'm not mad at Minnesota for dropping the guy that we said to drop all year.
Wow, this is
And apparently Charles still doesn't believe he's a legitimate player, and Danny never wanted him anyway. So
I know, but-
I understand the criticism in a way, but like,
I just think
I'm shocked Ben has this take, by the way. I did not expect this. You were all in on Minnesota for 2 years in a row.
I wasn't talking about KAT. I was talking about the Gobert trade.
yeah. I guess,
yeah, but you were all in on
Yeah,
Minnesota.
I like him. I like him better now.
You like them better now?
Yeah, I like him better now.
I don't like it better now because I don't think that's weird.
So there's some weird stuff, but yeah.
I think like the ideal version of Randle does work. I think the ideal version of both of these guys works on both teams.
Yeah.
The problem
Yeah.
I have is that I just don't think either of these guys is
Are
quite
ideal.
capable of reaching their ideal.
But Randall's never gotten his playoff minutes either because of injury or whatever. But,
Yeah.
if he had been in our team when we were playing the Pacers or whatever, we easily could have made the conference finals.
You think so?
It's possible. I'm not saying definitely, but
Randall has a lot of criticism for his previous playoff performances.
yeah, but it was a different team too. There was no Brunson.
We could have been worse. We could have not have been beaten Philly if he's just out there chucking bad shots.
I guess Ben's winning me over.
Wow. Yeah, we could have been, but like,
Well, no, it's just so interesting because you were all in for this Gobert trade, right? And then there was a legit conversation we had like mid-season when they were just killing it last year. And there was a conversation was like, this is it, right? This is the best they're going to get. They have these good role players, Naz Reid's killing it, blah, blah, blah. And, they do very good in the playoffs after that. And even though me and Charles were like not believing them the whole time, they were like good enough to make me and Charles question that at least, or at least me. I'll speak for myself.
Yeah, no,
because they beat the defending
I was
champs.
all in. I thought they were gonna. I mean, I don't know what my takes were back then, but it felt like I was like,
It felt
this team's
like-
scary, and
Oh.
they're gonna make the finals.
I might have been wrong on this team for a little while, so I would love to see them run it back.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think it's
They
just,
still are good. I am with you in that sense, Ben. They still are good, but it's just
I don't know. We
they
said
had
we
2 years. It was 2 years with the Gobert trade, and the first year Cat got hurt.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really 1 year.
I
with this
just
team.
like I feel like organizationally,
Yeah,
like
but-
my mindset would be, we got close.
Yeah.
Let's fucking try this again.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't work, then
Yeah.
we do something.
Yeah, they already
Yeah.
committed to all this money. They gave all these guys contracts. They extended Naz Reid, Dick McDaniels. Mike Conley was on a big deal from.
but
his
they're
previous
taking a
team.
move to save some money.
Well, that's now that to me, this trade is direct ramifications of this second apron. And also a lot of teams, I mean,
Probably right about
Denver
that.
just let KCP walk. You know, it's a lot of teams. It's really now just the Celtics that are the
I hate it.
only team
Yeah.
that don't care about this now.
Yeah, and they're being sold.
reacting to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the second apron immediately and, well, not immediately, but pretty much. And
Pretty immediately.
And it feels like what is the second apron for? Is it supposed to make for balance, for parity purposes?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I
guess
think
it might do that.
Do you think maybe it's
but-
really an attempt at curbing players' salaries? A little attempt to stop inflation?
I think so as well.
I think it's
a little both.
It's definitely meant to curb owner spending.
Yeah.
That is 100%.
Yeah, because like the Warriors, once they went into that crazy luxury, the Warriors didn't care.
Because it is so expensive.
Yeah.
And so now everyone's going to be, we got to get under the tax. So we got to get under the tax. So we can't give you that deal. I'm sorry. You're going to see this in this upcoming year. You're already seeing it now with, say, Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
Right.
Brendan, what about
Someone would give him a deal right away if this was the old CBA.
the Chicago guys,
Because you could sign over and not be super penalized. You're going to see it next year with Randle, speaking of which, because his deal's going to run out. And there's just, unless he wants to go to goddamn Brooklyn, I'm not sure who is going to be out there setting the market. Like, hey, we'll give you a max contract. And so Minnesota might be like, hey, we can give you this. It's close to the max. It's like definitely maybe, above an above average starter's pay. So you're kind of a star, but you're not worth the max.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it with the Paul George and the Clippers. It's interesting. All right, going back to the Knicks side of it, I would have liked to see this Nova team and all these four friends, and we had so much depth with that, and it lasted like about a month, a month or two, right? It lasted the summer.
Yeah.
And then we trade DiVincenzo. Well, the thing with the Knicks is, they would have had to pay Randle next year, so I guess it would have been now or like never, not never.
Well,
but
that's so.
He has an option. He'd probably decline.
I don't hate I don't mind the idea. I think is very solid. Okay, Randall's coming into his last year of deal. We've got this whole Nova Knicks thing that everyone's knucking futz about in New York. It's the fans. It's even the players.
Yeah.
Where does Randall fit in that? Because he's kind of been shoved to the side a bit. So he could come in and he's had malcontent issues before, whether it just be with the fans or media, etc. There's a possibility that he could be a malcontent this year if he's on the Knicks roster, and it sort of drags down the team chemistry and the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I think it was a solid idea to trade him. I just don't like. I think KAT is a very useful player. Like I said, I think his ideal version is very ideal for the Knicks, but it's just, I don't know, when you're selling your stash, I want a player that's a little more serious than Karl Anthony Towns. It's just what it comes down to.
Oh yeah, in a perfect world,
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, so going. Oh man, there's so many. I still have so much stuff to say about this trade.
But okay, here's another reason why I like the idea is, and I do think KAT can really help them. I also think some of his shortcomings are weaknesses that they didn't have before necessarily, or maybe they did have. I don't think they lose necessarily anything except for more risk of injury necessarily because KAT can replace some of the volume shooting that DiVincenzo has.
Yeah.
And he does spread the floor for all the other guys, which I think is, a fantastic skill. But this team really, I had some stat here. This team really pounded the glass last year.
Yeah.
But two of those guys who pounded the glass, one is Hartenstein, who's gone. Led the playoffs last year in offensive rebounding, and Mitch Robb, who the fuck knows about this guy? Even if he comes back, is he going to be able to stay out there? You just don't know.
Yeah.
So it's really two how because they manufactured a lot of points with these offensive rebounds. So there is they already don't have a big right now. So your interior defense is not getting any better based on what you have. If you bring in KAT, at least the hope is, right, he can create new avenue of offense that they now don't have with all the offensive rebounding. I mean, they only grabbed 5 boards. I know the Celtics are a good rebounding team, but they only grabbed 5 boards last night, offensive boards, which is like they were at like 12 and a half, almost 13 last year a game.
Yeah, and we'll get to that game.
Yeah, but I'm just saying as an example, like, so I think you do need another way to manufacture offense.
I agree.
So I think he can be totally useful in that role.
Yeah, and also you take Randle out of the paint or like want him to initiate the offense, you just give it to Brunson. You could space the floor with him, just open that lane up. No, yeah, offensively it makes sense, and defensively, I mean, we were already out with Mitch Robb, so defensively, we got better. Kind of. We got a 7-footer, man.
You miss Hartenstein, though.
Well, he was gone. I'm saying before this trade.
Okay.
It just been Randle was our big.
Well, that's true.
Coming into the year. Or like, what else we had?
Jericho?
Achua.
Yeah.
Jericho.
Yeah, so it wasn't going to be pretty down there anyway.
At all. Yeah. At least to start the year. Yeah, but who knows? All right, what do you think about it for the Knicks side, Ben? What do you think about KAT?
I pretty much agree, Chuck. I don't know. He brings a star power and an oomph, and it's just like, can he bond with the New York fans and become our guy? And I don't know. It's a tall order for any athlete.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see it. I'd love a great season from KAT. I'm not counting on it.
Yeah, my thing is, I feel like all my complaints with Randle, I'm just gonna have similar complaints with KAT. And, every now and then they're going to be great and shut me up, and I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to be like, don't do that dumb move. Don't do these dumb jump passes you do. Don't do these dumb... the fouls.
That's what I mean.
KAT. It's going to be terrible. But it's going to be great at the same time.
There's going to be some fun ones.
Oh, no. Yeah,
there's going to be some fun ones.
It'll be fun.
Yeah,
I think it'll be fun for sure. KAT and Brunson, yeah.
So, yeah, that was the trade. And, and they get a good pick, potentially, with this Pistons pick. And, yeah, DiVincenzo's shooting is going to hurt. It's going to be good for Minnesota, but I don't know if Minnesota got better, man. I just don't.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they got better. I think they're still very good. They're still pretty good.
Well,
but
I think they got better.
But I don't think they got better.
I think they will be better by the end of the year.
I mean, they were like, they went to the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah. Fuck it. Go to the
Can't get
finals.
much better than that.
There's 2 more betters you can get.
I don't think it's going to happen, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe they prove me wrong again.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that was the Randle Chenzo for Towns trade breakdown.
And that brings us into our opening night games.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any more?
Sure. Yeah, opening night games. I was just going to ask if yeah, okay. I was going to ask which performance from both sides. Let's do overreaction corner here.
Yeah.
Which performance last night were you more, because it involves the trade, was more concerning, the Wolves or the Knicks? I'm not personally concerned really about either, but if we had to overreact,
if we had to overreact,
we had to overreact.
I mean, I saw both these teams losing, even though I'm a diehard Knicks fan, obviously rooting for them opening day, but I'm like, well, they have some kinks to work out after this trade.
Absolutely.
Like, it happened, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, and this was the championship Celtics.
This is the championship Celtics.
They're going to pulverize
it's LeBron and Lee Sun,
LeBron. Yeah, I'm not so worried about... I'm more worried if you lose to those Lakers.
The Lakers are like... And LeBron's like notoriously like great opening night, no? Like, it hasn't even just like lost once.
I think he has lost the last couple
like there was a couple he lost, but usually... So I was... I'm not...
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, man, KAT wasn't very good, but Randle's body language.
Yeah, it looked weird out there.
He looks like he doesn't want to be there.
He didn't. I just felt like he had no idea like where to go or when to be aggressive.
Yeah,
like he didn't know himself in the hierarchy of the team
Yeah.
or what he should do. And I think that definitely created a bunch of indecisiveness, which is when some of his worst habits, like when he is decisive and just makes
He's
a move,
so good.
he's really good.
2-time All-NBA
When
player.
he starts thinking about it a little too much,
Gets a little slowed down.
it's just, he starts making those jump passes.
Like Ionescu.
Can't wait for Kat to try and make behind the back passes instead of from the post like he's Draymond or some shit. Don't get me wrong, Kat is he is a good passer, you know.
Yeah.
Tips coached them before.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Interesting times. we live in.
So do we have an answer to the
So
question?
so mine's is T-Wolves.
Yeah,
What do you think about
T-Wolves, I'm a bit more concerned about that performance. I just,
it?
yeah.
They were horrible in the first half. Yeah.
Even though
the
Knicks
Celtics, they scored a record 29 threes.
tied the record. You know, that's my main takeaway from
And
opening
then they
night.
kept chucking them.
How fucking dare these championship Celtics? You just couldn't make
That was
one more.
disgusting. That was a disgusting
livid.
performance.
I was like,
I was
I'm
disgusted.
not watching this. I'm not watching this. Like, if my team's gonna get smoked by the defending champs, at least break a record. You know?
Yeah, dude,
on
it's
us
like
doing
someone,
it, yeah.
it was
someone
so
just like
entertaining.
you're starving and someone's eating a pile of bacon in front of you.
But they're not eating it. They
They're not
stopped
eating it. They're just
halfway through.
chucking it, trying to make it in the garbage can, and they can't even make it in.
Make it just go into
They're going in the garbage.
sand, the beach
Yeah.
sandy floor.
Fucking Peyton
Yeah,
Pritchard.
I mean, that's my only takeaway from that game is I think it's just going to take the Knicks a while to
I agree,
to
yeah.
organize this
Yeah.
thing.
yes.
Yeah, and T-Wolves.
At T-Wolves too.
Yeah,
But I think, the Knicks, like Cat, might have more immediate impacts than Randle.
Yeah, because of their play styles, I think.
Yeah, and he's excited to be
Cat
here.
could just be off ball. You know, I saw him getting the ball and post a little too much for my liking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they'll figure it out.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I have to get used to that. All right, any more
opening night thoughts?
stuff?
Listen,
yeah. I got one thought.
Yeah,
go ahead.
The jumper is fixed.
Oh, I knew it. I knew
this
it.
leads me
Fixed.
to my next thought.
It's
By the way,
fucking
yeah.
fixed. I think it's a very scary thing.
yeah,
Terrifying.
Because people
spooky.
had trouble beating us last year when he had that stupid hitch in his shot.
Yep. And yet
He
won.
was terrifying. That might have been literally that might be the best game he's ever played last night.
What did he?
He's really
what,
good.
what did he score in the end?
37.
Yeah,
He was.
But he went out after like the third quarter.
Yeah, he didn't play. Yeah, he went out in the middle of the third or something.
Yep.
What did he shoot? 14 of 18,
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
10 assists.
When I tuned in, he was just three.
I know, just boom, boom,
It was ridiculous.
It was
Pissed,
really
man.
Honestly,
I blame
was
Team USA.
I was rooting for the Celtics, and I was terrified.
yeah,
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Oh,
I'm with you. It's terrifying.
I got a little hot, and
Yeah, you gotta cool down. Turn the AC up.
They're like, the
air
Knicks
on.
are shooting 60%, but they're 40 points behind.
Well, that's the thing. They took literally 30 more threes than them. It
Yeah.
wasn't even just
the onslaught.
The percentage, just yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them were wide open. There were some real wide open.
Knicks-
Yeah, there were.
Yeah,
was-
The Knicks were not
defense is
organized.
I mean,
And the
even
Celtics are just
even-
coming off of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I think in this
rebounds.
early season, the defense is all like
Yeah, it's
I don't
usually like this.
I don't really even think the Celtics played that good defense last night.
Yeah.
I thought their defense was really sloppy as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
They
It's just the Knicks were sloppier.
yeah.
Far sloppier.
Yeah.
So another scary thing going to the star power on our favorite teams. The opposite's scary. I'm getting a little scared about Mikal Bridges' jump shot.
Oh, yeah, that's the
It's
other
been
jump shot.
changing over the years. He's been trying to shoot it higher up. And I've heard about these rumors in the offseason. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this.
Did you see
He's
the
gonna be
video
great.
of him
Oh,
shooting?
yeah. I saw like the comparisons and then opening night. I mean, he did make a 3, I think. I think he was 1 for 6 or some
I
shit.
think in the second half, he started to get his groove.
He did.
I didn't watch much second half, so in my
He shot
defense, I
like-
saw
he
him miss
did-
more than
He shot like
made.
I think it was like 7 for 8 in the second half.
Yeah, he had a nice little run.
It-
Okay.
It,
What was
he
he
got
from
a
three?
little bit more movement. It looks. It does look really weird when he's just shooting a set shot, though. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
You
it
can
doesn't look
definitely
as
see it,
natural
but-
as it, when he was with the Suns like a few years ago.
yeah.
You could see the changes, and it's subtle but noticeable enough. Yeah, I'm a little worried about it. In the offseason, I was like, okay, this is hoopla, it's off-season news. Who cares? Who cares? He's gonna be great, But then the first game happens, and I really watched most of the first half.
He was 2 for 7 on threes.
Not horrible. Yeah, I thought he was 1 for 7. That's my bad.
Could be worse.
My bad, listeners. Mistake.
You didn't even say it. It wasn't.
I think I said 1 for 7.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Yeah, you're never listening. What else new?
Well, I was Googling on your behalf.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
Doing your fucking job. Being a producer of the show. Thank you. Spooky. Any spooky
other-
thoughts for opening night?
Spooky thoughts.
Ben? Yeah.
are the Lakers
spooky
okay? What do we
Bridges?
think of the Lakers?
It's
His son.
spooky that Bronny is playing with his ghost,
It was a pretty.
the ghost of his father.
All right. Was it cool? Was it a cool moment? Was it a cool moment? LeBron and his
Whatever.
son.
I don't care.
I think it was a cool moment, man.
Yes, it was.
I was
cool
at a
moment.
fucking divey rock bar watching this, and I started banging the table when he almost got that putback. I got excited. I didn't care about any of this hype over the past like 3 years
But you saw
for
it.
this. I finally saw it, and I was like, I guess in a really good mood. I don't know what the fuck, but I enjoyed those 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay. I think I went to bed before Bronny came out.
Oh, get out of here.
No, I saw him. I saw him get his rebound. Actually,
Yeah.
it's exciting. Yeah, I
What's-
refuse to be
It's
excited.
It should
by
be
but-
over with though.
What's scary to me is I have a feeling it's not over with.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
That's the spooky thing there. I feel like he might get some more opportunities in the next coming
Oh
weeks.
yeah, at least in the first week or so of games.
I
Might
think,
have to-
yeah, early on.
To switch my thoughts on those Lakers later. I don't know. Give me a
We'll
lot to
see,
think
though.
about.
That's a opening night overreaction from
I
my
know.
part.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why it's a
true.
gut feeling. But yeah, any other opening night
opening night
thoughts,
thoughts?
reactions, takes, code, warm?
All right, moving on to a different league in the same sport. Danny,
Oh, moving on there. Is that what's next?
that's next.
All right, let's move on. Let's get to it. All right. All right, WNBA playoffs happen, you know. It's October. It's playoff atmosphere.
Difficulty high.
Playoff basketball. You start the music.
We got full on small ball going on. We got
Stay home early. Stay home early just like the Clippers.
Basketball.
Stay home early just like the Clippers.
Bas-
Well, listeners, since we last talked to you last about WNBA, it's official. Caitlin Clark won Rookie of the Year. But Angel Reese got one vote. It wasn't unanimous. Who is out there is messing with Caitlin Clark's legacy?
Some end of season overreactions.
Yeah, that was it. That was all I got. All right,
All right.
We're running through the playoffs. Here we go. Round 1. Despite having the Rookie of the Year, the Indiana Fever got swept by the Sun. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. The Minnesota Lynx sent Phoenix back to Mercury with 2 quick wins. The Las Vegas Aces settled the Storm in Seattle in 2 games.
Okay.
Atlanta had a dream of a deep playoff run, but Lady Liberty quickly woke them up and sent them home. What do you guys think about that first round? You know,
She's like Ellis Island. She like rejected them. Is that why?
No, I was doing the pun on dream.
Yeah, but what about Liberty?
Oh, you got me there. Maybe, you know,
They're not doing the 2-1 next year.
they're not doing that.
They're doing it 3.
Just 3 games,
I think
like
it might
baseball?
be 1-1-1 in terms
Ooh.
of because in the first round this year it's the
best of 3.
The best team best of 3, but the best team gets the first 2 home games, and then the away team gets the 3rd road game.
That's
Get-
interesting.
it's
So
the
you
home-
like really have to work to steal those 2.
Yeah, but
Home
if
games.
you win 1 as the road team in the first round, you get a
Oh
home
yeah, that's right.
clinching
You do get a
game.
home
Yeah.
clincher.
True.
So
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know which format I like more, to be honest. I might like the 1-1-1, but usually, I don't know. We'll save it for baseball.
I don't have any. I can't even remember the first.
It's
round.
okay. Also, if you guys don't have thoughts on this,
I thought
I'm
you were
still
gonna,
doing the recap.
I thought you were talking about they're expanding the number of games in the series.
No, they're gonna
next
do that
year.
too. But
Yeah,
Eventually.
but go on. Anyway, yeah, I didn't
No,
see
no
much
thoughts.
of the first round.
Fair
But
enough. Fair
Little
enough.
bits
Was
here
it
and
all
there.
sweeps?
well, then we
No.
matched up.
Yeah, it was. All right. All right, play the music. Round 2. Fight. We have a rematch of last year's finals. New York Liberals take on the Queens of Vegas. The Libs get their revenge as the Aces quickly get shuffled out the playoff deck.
4 of a kind, more like left behind.
Here come the Lynx.
Oh yeah, too easy.
The
too
Connecticut
easy.
Sun take game 1 The Connecticut Sun take game 1. Minnesota then take the next 2. Here come the Sun.
Do.
Sun tie up, but Minnesota Lynx stay strong and stay pat, ending out the Sun like a solar eclipse. Oh, fuck! That's a wolf noise. Come on, Duck, get it together. What did I write here? I'm talking to myself.
I'm not a system player. I am a system.
I don't remember. That's how you know I was at a bar writing this. All right. Any thoughts on liberals and aces and Sun?
Are we just the liberals now?
That was New York
The
liberals.
liberals and the aces. Any thoughts?
okay. I mean, I
It was a
thought
rematch.
Chuck was saying the whole time that they were going to get swept.
I did think so because I just I don't know what happened to Jackie Young and gang, but they did not look like the same
Chelsea
team.
Gray.
And
Yeah.
Chelsea Gray, they did not look like the same team at all. I felt like their possessions were just aimless. Like they just couldn't do anything. I mean, I know the Liberty they're a great defense.
Yeah.
That's really what they won this whole thing off of.
Yeah.
But like the Aces couldn't do offense was such a struggle for them in that I was shocked that they won one game. I was shocked
Yeah.
because they were missing open shots. They were just Kelsey Plum just like driving into Jonquel Jones. I'm like, what is this? And then they could kind of, because those shooters were so poor, it could kind of just corral Asia, and it just once that happens and the shooters aren't hitting shots, there's just nothing you can do to score. This is just a complete struggle. So it's a complete stranglehold.
I don't know
And
what happened to their.
Felt like that
outside
was going to
shooting.
happen from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought so too.
They
When they
went
got
to
that one game, I did get a little nervous. I was like, oh gosh, here they come. They're gonna wake up and just stomp on us.
Trust me, I was rooting for the Libs to lose the entire playoffs, but I was like, they're not losing this series.
Yeah, you called that. It did look like the Libs were pretty firmly in control this year of that series.
Yeah.
And
maybe the Aces are getting a little old in the belt. You
a
know?
little old, little injured here and there. I mean, Asia Wilson's still.
She's
incredible.
fantastic, but I feel like the supporting cast is really what did them
Yeah.
in this year.
Yeah, I don't know where their shooting went.
Yeah, they went really.
And they could only play like
They went so
five
cold.
5.5 players.
But the Libs really found a defensive identity too.
Yeah.
With Phoebus, she's a.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she was a
Yeah.
problem, man. She had a great playoffs.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I'll
Phoebus,
talk
come
about
on.
it.
Rookie of the year, the real rookie of the
The
year.
real rookie of the year.
Ooh, now we're talking. Yeah. How about Lynx Sun? Any thoughts?
There's a lot of former Suns on the Lynx.
Lynx, yeah.
So it must have been fun.
I
Probably
never
vice versa.
believe in the Sun. They just offensively do not they don't inspire any offensive hopes and dreams.
Well, they've been a great 3-point shooting team, haven't they?
I don't think so.
In the previous years. I don't know about this year.
I think like their offense has been a struggle for a couple years now because they don't have shooting.
Okay.
So I
mean,
don't know. I never
yeah.
believed in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the Sun might do it with the experience. I was, as a New York Liberty fan, I was scared for the Lynx because they beat us in that play-in, or what was it? Not in-season tournament.
The cup.
The Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah, the
There you go.
The
That took
Commissioner's
forever.
Cup.
Man, it's all blending. It's all blur. Yeah, so I was like, they might match up better against us. I might want to see the Sun in the finals.
They definitely did. That was the
Yeah.
only team I thought had a shot.
Yeah.
And I would have picked we don't think we did picks, but I would have taken the Liberty over them. The Lynx.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we didn't do picks. But yeah, that was. Any more thoughts on that series?
Nope.
No.
I'm done on that one.
It just led to the inevitable, the two best teams squaring off.
The final. Play
And I
the
would
music.
like to say,
Don't say anything. You're not coming in yet,
Winner chicken dip.
unless it's something else.
just that I correctly predicted both MLB and WNBA finals.
Basketball news. I mean, everything in my life.
Did you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I did. I said it's in the chat. You could look it up.
That doesn't sound right. But anyways, the final. Liberty versus Lynx. Who shall set a date for destiny? Game 1. Libs controlling their fate like a 1 seed should. Oh wait, what's this? The Lynx take game 1 in an absolute stunner comeback. Absolutely pissing me off. Do you guys want to talk about that real quick, or should I keep going?
No.
Should I just do the whole series?
Do it.
Do it.
through
Do your
And
series.
then we'll talk about that.
Game 2 was all liberals as they answered back from getting punched in the mouth. Game 3 was a crazy back and forth. An absolute classic game with great performances. But it was Ionescu with the shot of the year for the Liberty to win. Buzzer beater. Game 4 in Minnesota, another seesaw game that went down to the wire. The Lynx side of the seesaw, a bit heavier, however, as the Lynx propel the Libs back where they came from to force the Game 5.
Difficulty high.
Game 5, do or die. Libs, Lynx, LL back in Brooklyn at Barclays Center in the house Ionescu built.
My God.
Can New York win the first championship in franchise history, or will Minnesota become the most winningest team in WNBA with their 5th championship? For the analysis and report of Game 5, I'm sending it down to our courtside analyst, Brooklyn Ben.
Basketball.
Hello, I'm Brooklyn Ben. I attended the Game 5.
The deciding game.
Deciding
Went
Game
to
5.
it.
I just went on a whim and I got a seat in the nosebleeds. Pretty cheap. This one thought really highlights the disparity in pay between WNBA and NBA players. The fact that I can get a ticket for $150 on the day of the final game of the finals.
Like 3 hours before.
How much would that cost to see a Celtics?
Yeah. World Series tickets are going out for like $1,500. Like
It's
the cheapest
ridiculous
right
out
now.
there.
For like standing.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So I went a little early because I was like, I want to avoid a crowd. And my phone tells me to get out at a subway stop, one stop early.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense to get to Barclays. So I get out there and there's a guy yelling, if you go into the game, go this way. Go in the side entrance. They don't care. They're letting everybody in. Like he worked for Barclays or whatever.
Okay.
And it's true. I was in like 2 minutes.
Nice.
And they gave me a little light up wristband and a towel. And basically, I've never experienced an atmosphere like that
Whoa.
in my life. That
The
crowd
Nets
was
games didn't do it for you.
the net
Against those Nets Raptors.
Yeah, those
that
Nets
house.
Raptors games, man.
Ionescu.
Ooh. Maybe the only comparable moment would be going to see the Knicks play the Nets in MSG. With
Yeah,
you.
that was regular season.
But that was it was regular season, and that was like we were in like section 100.
Yeah, we were pretty close.
So like we were just surrounded by crazy fans, and it's MSG. But this was like, an important game.
Yeah, the last game of the year.
Yeah, and I was so I felt like physically ill. I was so nervous. The Liberty, like the first quarter,
watching at home.
especially, it was like the worst quarter we'd played all year.
Yeah.
We scored like 10 points. They had like a 12-point lead or something. Nafisa Collier just looked terrifying out there.
Yeah.
Do you have
a problem.
You have a comp for Nafisa Collier in the NBA? Sometimes she reminds me of LeBron a little bit.
LeBron?
Yeah. Just with her size and movement and,
I see some Anthony Davis kind of stuff.
Interesting.
I feel like Anthony Davis kind of Bam Adebayo.
I'm going to go Julius Randle.
Bam Adebayo. Going to go Randle?
Or here's another comp. A little Giannis-y.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
I guess
Where, but she's not as hard charging, but
No.
it's like,
Giannis and LeBron.
But she has these great drives and then has some finesse around the rim too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Giannis is kind of LeBron-like too.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
She was doing damage.
She was doing damage. She was like, the Liberty looked completely out of sorts. Ionescu was throwing these passes. They were all throwing these wild passes.
Irate.
Dude, there was so many turnovers.
Pissed.
The guy behind me and like his partner or friend or whatever, he was just like criticizing them. He was like, but he had very good takes. He was right about everything.
Yeah.
As was his friend. And they were just complaining the whole time. We weren't shooting threes. We weren't making threes. We were making crazy passes, turnovers. And then we started to get back into it in the foul game.
Yeah.
And by the end of the second quarter.
oh, the fouls.
And I know we're going to have some controversy to talk about the fouls by the end of this game.
Can I just say, Nafisa Collier is my new favorite player in this league.
I love
It's
her.
not
I really, yeah.
Really good.
The one thing I fucking love is all those jump balls. How does she get her
There
hands
were
on all?
so many jump balls.
The other team gets the rebound. She just gets the. That's
She's
like a
right
foul,
there.
like so many times for so many other players. But she gets in there without fouling somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great hands.
Great hands.
Size, athleticism.
Yeah, I
speed.
wish they'd gone
she's
to her a
really
little
good.
bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she seemed to sort of fade in the second half, but I felt like the Liberty really turned on the defensive Jets too.
This is true.
Yeah.
And they tried to limit her. Like Stewie and Ionescu made basically nothing
Yeah.
in that game, but I feel like that was their plan, was to stifle those two players most of all, because they didn't take barely any threes. What do you think?
I mean, that was the most horrific
It was
performance by those two.
Awful performance.
Yes.
Horrific.
Yeah.
So bad.
But game 7, often people don't shoot well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One for 19.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm with you, but they're worn down. They're being hounded. They had to get offense from somewhere else. And Collier responded. Obviously, she had a great game, but
She was great.
wasn't enough in the end. Or was it? Oh, wait.
It should have been.
So
I don't
who
know why
won?
Heidemann was in at the end. The Liberty won. New York won. Thank God. Because I thought we were going to lose. We're down to fucking Stewie misses a free throw. That was brutal.
So brutal.
That was just brutal. And then we're somehow down 2 with 5 seconds and she gets fouled again. So they say.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's the worst call I've ever
Pretty
seen.
bad call.
Well, there's bad
well,
calls.
I've never seen a worse
What about
call
when Kobe,
in that
What about when
moment.
Kobe elbowed a guy in the face in the playoff
I've never
game?
seen a weaker, worse call in a game of that magnitude. Ever.
Yeah. It's pretty weak.
It's the worst one. Not only because it just wasn't a foul, but because Stewie traveled.
The travel was...
She took 4 steps,
Yeah.
and the whole thing, the not legal position, my ass. She's standing right there. Alana Smith, just feet were completely set. I actually think she got ball.
Because her body was leaning forward, right?
She moved her hands forward, but there was no camera angle that I saw in which she touched her arm. The one angle I saw, it looked like she got ball.
Look, man, I can't argue with you here. I want to argue, but I think you're right, probably. There was something that
What do you
visibly...
think? It was a bit home cooking?
I think the
it was
ref...
rigged.
Yeah,
Barbecue
refs, no.
champs. They're the barbecue champs.
Barbecue champs.
Because they love that home cooking.
But you can't say refs haven't helped out a championship run before.
Of course.
Of course.
In plenty of
I've
ways.
just never seen a... Look, this game was incredibly physical throughout.
Yeah, no, it was a crazy
And
foul to
I'm
call
fine
at
with
that
it.
moment.
I'm fine with
Yeah, I agree.
I'm even fine with the 25-8 free throw advantage for the Libs. You're in your home court. It's the final game. You're gonna get calls that the other team
crowd's
doesn't get.
going
That's
crazy.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm just, you can't call that weak ass shit when you haven't been calling hacks like all game.
No, it's true. But there were hacks on New York that they weren't calling as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they set a tone. I agree.
set a tone.
They set a
I'm
tone.
fine with that. I just think to then turn around and call some weak ass shit like that is horrendous.
Hey, yeah.
Anyways, this is I think the Liberty are the better team. What I just said earlier was I would have picked them to win the series. I think they're the more talented team,
Yeah.
but they did not deserve to win that game.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Well, when Holly...
That's all.
Yeah.
I think it's just, yeah.
Holly Rowe came out after the game and was like, that was some of the most beautiful basketball I've ever seen. And I was like, it was exciting, but beautiful is not the word
I don't think that's the
used to
word.
describe it.
I don't think
that
that's
was
the word.
that was an
And
ugly,
here's
ugly game.
Here's some conspiracy for you.
Was it the dress?
There's the dress of the commissioner,
Yeah.
the New York dress.
Featuring the New York skyline. But my theory is that she had two dresses ready to go.
Okay, maybe so.
One was like a wolf or a cat.
This play was so horrendous.
Yeah.
They removed it from the WNBA highlights of the game. It's not in the official highlights of the game.
The foul?
The foul.
Wow.
They removed it. They removed it.
They also
They're
took down a tweet that was like, "Oh, New York won. We knew it was going to happen," or something. Oh yeah. At one point, the guy behind me was like, there was a Lynx player shooting free throws, and he was like, "Oh, she's definitely got to make these. She's got a Rick Barry shot."
But
the
I knew
grandma shot?
once
I guess.
once that shit hit overtime, I was like, "There's no way this Lynx team can pull
Yeah.
this off in the overtime."
Yeah.
No,
like they had
I
it.
agree.
You can't do it after that emotional swing.
Huge.
Yeah.
And I think like their players were getting so injured and it
Spent.
just spent. So,
But
that speaks to I think like the Liberty. I mean I think they just had more depth and more scoring options.
Yeah.
Yep.
And more, I think that's the deeper, more talented team win. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like this series shouldn't even have gone this far. That's kind of my take.
Yeah.
Interesting take. Well, let me go back to the home cooking. And
Well, can I just say,
go ahead.
It still got really close in overtime, even though it was a 5-point win. It was like 2 for most of it.
And they fouled Collier out on a weak ass foul too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that was crazy. And I think Phoebish saved the game for us with that 3 at the beginning. Mm-hmm. It's like one of the only 3s we made
Yeah.
right at the start of overtime. That was when it felt like, all right, we got this.
Yeah. Well, I just want to expose Charles real quick. Ooh. Going back to this home cooking. By the way, this is coming from a Patriots fan who's always had home cooking, Deflategate.
You're
I'm a Patriots fan too. The Tuck Rule, Spygate. And also, I also want to expose Charles for last year, all season, Charles was repping Lady Liberty.
That's right.
All
That's right.
in
You do
on
have a
this
Liberty shirt.
team.
That's so true.
Until the finals decides to be like, oh,
I
I'm an
always root
Aces
against the
fan.
Liberty.
I like the Aces. And then all of a sudden becomes a Liberty hater. This whole playoff run, they were rooting for everyone other than Liberty. So you know what? I'd rather be the barbecue champs than a bandwagon jumping fan base to fan base.
I can't help it. I don't like them. I don't like watching them. I don't.
That's fair.
I really tried.
You did try.
I don't like. I mean, a part of it is like it's just hard to root for a New York team.
Yeah.
But also,
You did for most of last year.
I don't like Stewie and I don't like Ionescu. What? I don't like them.
Play the
I don't know. They're not a
You don't
very
like their
fun team
personality?
for me to
Or
watch.
how they
No,
play?
I don't like their personality. They're great. They're really good players.
So you were the person. Actually, I'm not gonna do that joke.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a valid reason.
And they're stacked.
They are stacked.
They are stacked.
They are stacked.
There was almost a moonlight moment at the end. I feel like when she was announcing the MVP, she was like, the finals MVP is with 18 rebounds a game, and Jonquel Jones.
Yeah.
Jonquel.
And she deserved it, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another person we don't win this game without. If Ionescu had not been there, what would have changed? Nothing.
Probably would have won easier.
Yeah, could have been Vandersloot out there. Would have been better.
So first championship.
First championship. Let's go, New York. Hey,
They're going to need a Celtics prove it year for me.
all right, I'll take it. I'll take another.
No, I know they're legitimately the best team. They should be. They should win. They should win.
Well,
they're that talented.
we got through it. Now I think we'll be better.
Maybe.
If we keep it together. All right, moving along.
And let me see if I have any more notes. And that's the end of the WNBA playoffs recap.
The No Shots podcast is brought to you by Dank Delish Coffee. You can find Dank Delish coffee beans at dankdelish.com and have their deliciousness shipped right to your lovely abode. Start your morning with a cup of delish.
Recap galore. All right. Moving on. We got more playoffs to talk about.
You better leave.
We got the MLB playoffs. Welcome, take me out to the ball game. Ducks Diamond Danny here for Ducks Dynasty. And before we talk about the postseason, the postseason, I got some regular season stuff. But before that, I got trivia. Oh. Trivia.
Baseball trivia.
I love baseball trivia.
Baseball edition, Ducks Dynasty. All right, first question. I have 5 questions.
Okay.
It's all about this regular season that just happened in 2024. The summer of love. I don't know.
Grimace.
The grimace summer. All right, first question. Who had more home runs, Judge or Ohtani this year?
What's the question for?
Shit. Hold on. Great question. And that's why you're the producer, Ben. You're losing, so you're going to you.
He's just checking to see how much we actually watched.
Yeah.
And he's going to use this to vanquish our takes later.
Fair enough.
Oh, man. It's tough. I guess I'll
Judge or
say
Ohtani?
Ohtani.
Oh, my God.
Wrong.
Judge. It's
Judge. A point for Chuck.
How's that a point for him? There's only one other answer.
I knew the answer.
No.
Chuck knew the answer. All right. Doesn't matter. You are wrong, Benjamin.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Aaron Judge, 58 home runs. Shohei Ohtani, 54.
Wow.
All right. Question number 2, and this is going to go to Chuck. Did Ohtani have more steals than Judge hit home runs? If so, extra points for a number, whether it's lower or less.
And it's really close. It was really close. Okay. Ohtani hit 54 home runs. I'm going to say...
Judge hit 58.
Is it the same? Is it the same amount?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
Wrong. Ben, you have a guess? You could have a chance to steal here.
I think he got one more steal.
You are right. Ohtani had 59 steals. Judge hit 58 home runs again.
Nice.
So both got a point. We both got a point here. By the way,
What's the point?
last baseball trivia, Charles won 4-2.
Okay,
so
fine.
We're
Thank you for the update.
I had to go back.
Good.
Go to that,
you managed to find it.
All right. We're going to you, Ben.
Boy, oh boy.
All right, who had the highest bang average between Judge or Ohtani?
The highest
Oh my God, this
average.
is such
Who
an
had the
obnoxious segment.
This is the last Judge and Ohtani question.
Oh man, I'll say Ohtani
3 or 5.
again. Fuck it, I'll stick
It's
with
Judge.
my boy. It's Judge.
Judge, you are wrong. Point for Charles.
It's not a point for Charles.
It's a point
I knew
for
it was
Charles.
Judge. I said it before.
They said before I responded
yeah.
that time, though. So I will give Charles a point that time.
Okay.
But a point for Charles.
You said no.
I did say no that time. They did.
Yeah,
respond.
that's true. They did say
They got in there for a steal.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
All right. The Judge hit 322, Ohtani 310 on the year. All right. Next question. Who led the league in batting average? Now, this isn't an either-or question, so I don't want to hear a fucking word. We're starting with you, Chuck.
Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt Jr. Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. He hit 332. 10 points higher than Judge. All right, this is for you, Ben.
Oh, boy.
Who had more walks, Ohtani or Judge? No. Who had more RBIs, Ohtani or Judge?
Spoiler, it's Judge. Which pitcher led the league in strikeouts this year?
It's just a blank canvas question?
Yep. A limited amount of guesses. Well, Charles guessed this.
Led the league in strikeouts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's your turn, Ben.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Who was a good pitcher this year? Got a lot of strikeouts. Sat a lot of batters down.
Gil.
Wrong. Any?
Scooble.
Tariq Skubal is correct.
I know what a strikeout is.
He had 228 strikeouts. Chris Sale had 225, finishing in second.
But he couldn't pitch in the playoffs again.
Yep.
He was injured.
Skubal and Sale both, this is just fun facts now. Skubal and Sale both got the Triple Crown this year in their respective leagues, American League and National League.
Wow.
First time since Justin Verlander, and like, actually didn't look up the year, but I think it's either 14 or 16. Don't remember. Another fun fact, Skubal was my pick to win the Cy Young Award this year. I'm likely getting that right, baby. Bing, 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 bing. All right, that's it with trivia. All right, now we're going to the baseball recap. Guess what? I didn't write down a full recap this one, so this is gonna be more of a fluid one. It's gonna be just yapping, chatting. I'm not gonna be doing and the dream lose. You know, I'm not doing that voice anymore.
Yeah, that's okay.
This quick disclaimer. All right, end of the regular season. For most teams, the end of the regular season was September 29th. But on the 30th, the New York Mets and Atlanta Braves played a doubleheader to decide the last two wild card spots. The Mets both teams needed one to win at least one game. Because just sitting at home watching it, the Arizona Diamondbacks were really just limped towards the finish line.
Unfortunately.
Spoiler alert. Mets won the first game, immediately sent them into the postseason as the 5 seed. Lindor hit an awesome home run. They didn't give a fuck about the second game after that. So the Braves just mopped up. They won like 9-2 or something.
No, that was the game when they were going back and forth. It was like 3-0 Braves, and then it was 3-3, but then it was 6-3, and then it was 9-6.
Would have gone on forever.
Yeah, it really would have. The only teams playing that day. So fun, division rivals playing for the last two playoff spots. In my preference, I would have liked to see, because once Sale was hurt, I didn't want to see the Braves in the playoffs. And even if it was just for 2 games, losing the wild card. Didn't want to see it. Didn't care. I would have liked to see Arizona best offensive team this year. And, they have like 2 stud pitchers. 3 if you want to.
They really took out one of the better teams in the field.
Yeah. But they just stopped winning at the end of the year. It's weird. It's just so random.
Yeah, that's baseball.
Well, that's baseball. All right. Wild card round. Who was it? Mets and Brewers. That was a fun series. P. Alonso hit that home run. Just started showing off the pumpkin after they clinched.
The pumpkin.
Oh, man. I love that series. That was a fun wild card series. Who did Braves play? The Padres, right? Mm-hmm. Braves played the Padres. The Padres just came and mopped them up. Braves didn't have like any real starting pitching. Oh no, they have Fried in game 2. And he struggled. Any thoughts on those National League wildcard series?
No.
No big deal if there's none. American League wildcard, you got, who the fuck was it? Astros and Tigers. Tigers with the stunning upset, winning 2 games in Houston as the 6th seed. The baby felines. They traded their best pitcher at the deadline and somehow made the playoffs. Had this insane run. Crazy. They shouldn't have been there. And then beat the Astros. They beat the fucking best team in the last 6 years in the American League.
Yeah.
Craziness. That's baseball for you. Other wild card.
That's baseball, Lisa.
The other wild card series was Who was it? I already forgot. I should have wrote these down.
KC over the Orioles.
Yes, Royals, another young, fun team that sucked last year, had a really good season. And the Orioles, who were really good last year, had all these high hopes, just crumbled.
Which one's Bobby Witt Jr. on?
Royals.
The Royals.
Kansas City Royals. Yeah. I mean, any thoughts there on the American League Wild Card Series? 2 stunning upsets.
I wasn't that surprised at the Orioles losing. I kind of figured, I don't know. I just think they were a little decimated, and I don't think the team really, I don't know, it didn't ever, they were really good at the start, and then they were like under 500 for the rest of the year. So
never really came back from to match that hot start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. How about Ben? Any thoughts? No. Okay, no big deal. So next round, the ALDS, I guess we could stay in the American League. You got New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers versus the Kansas City Royals. Best of 5 series, definitely a few really close games. The Royals were in there, man. Their pitching was looking solid. Pitching was really good.
It just didn't quite have the offense to do enough. I mean, this is just the story for all these AL Central teams. It's just like offense.
Last 4 teams in the American League, 3 of them AL Central teams.
Yeah. Yankees got invited to the AL Central invitation.
I would have never thought that.
I know.
No shot. But yeah, other playoff series, Tigers, Guardians.
That was a fun one.
That was a fun series. That was a really fun series. Class A gave up a walk-off home run.
Schoolboy gave up that granny.
Schoolboy, yeah.
He what?
He gave up a granny.
First.
What's that?
A granny slam.
Oh. Crack out the mustard and rye. It's a grand salami, Grandma. But that was a funner series. I wasn't a nervous wreck for that series like I was with the Royals. Too much George Brett with the Royals. Also, TBS's broadcasting is fucking horrible. You can tell the director doesn't know this sport. How many pitches do we just miss because they decide to cut to an umpire camera? And during the pitch. Well, we still don't know where those pitches landed.
Yeah.
Still to this day. Because they don't replay every pitch, unless it's a controversial pitch or call or it's a check swing, right? Unless something happened extra there. Ridiculous. TBS is so bad. They've been so bad this postseason. I don't recall them being this bad years past. Neither here or there. Any thoughts on the American League's CS's series?
No.
Charles is so checked out this postseason. Fair enough. I don't blame you.
It's just these. I hate these AL Central teams.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They just lack so much offense.
Yeah.
It's like these lineups, especially like goddamn Cleveland lineup.
Horrible. Cleveland beat the Tigers. Yeah. Yeah, man, Cleveland team. I mean, the bullpen's amazing, but
it wasn't.
We'll get to that. All right, going to the National League CS. Who we got?
Dodgers over
Dodgers.
The
baby.
Dodgers.
Man, that was a fun series,
was fun
too.
with a lot of fun characters.
By the way, I hate to be this guy, beat a dead horse from like 3 years ago. But this is why divisions matter in these sports. 2 American League Central teams.
Division.
2 National League West teams. 2 National League East teams. All those series were juiced. The most boring series was the Yankees Royals, and that was still a fun series for the most part. But the 3 division rivals face off.
Yeah,
that was great, fun. Man. The Padres Dodgers, it was sauce. Dave Roberts' mad baseballs were throwing towards his direction.
Just lightly.
A little too much
towards his direction.
A little too much.
Machado had to get into it with somebody.
Yeah. That was great. Fucking love that, John Boy. You better leave.
You better leave.
Profar drawing with fans.
Love that.
Tatis just drawing with everyone. And the Padres bats just go cold in the last 2 games. It's all Dodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, Dodgers.
And that was just the difference in that series. The Dodgers, they just proved they were the better team. I mean, the Padres didn't score a run like like 19 consecutive innings or something,
Yeah.
like maybe 22 innings.
Well,
I forget the number.
The Dodgers pitched like 30-something innings without giving up a run.
Yeah, and then went to the next series against Mets. And then the next division series was Mets-Phillies.
Took them down.
Can the Miracle Mets do it? Yes, they did. They took out the fucking 1 seed Phillies. And man, the Phillies, man, the supporting cast. Castellanos was great. Bryce was great. He got walked like 6 times. And the supporting cast just didn't do much. Schwarber had 1 good game. Trey had 1 solid game. Yeah, Schwarber and Trey had like 1 good game. They just didn't do enough. The Mets got to their bullpen, and that was that. Miracle Mets.
Philly's another team that just weren't spectacular after a hot start.
Yeah, they really had their. I mean, I have faith in them, man, because they had those pitchers and they had the postseason experience and a scary lineup, but those Mets, man, fucking crazy. Grimace just lurking
Grimace.
around the corner, man.
Yeah, bringing it home.
Got all these gimmicks, hitting all these clutch home runs, constantly coming back in this playoff run. But next series, the National League CS Championship. What is it? Championship Series.
The NLCS.
National League Championship Series is what it stands for. I wasn't sure myself.
Yes.
Mets, Dodgers. Dodgers just overpowered. The Mets got that game too. They're really good, but it was all Dodgers
Couldn't
for the most part. Gentleman's sweep. And yeah, the Dodgers.
No, it went 6.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the Mets.
Took a game
they
at
took a
home.
game with their backs
Yeah.
against the wall.
Mhm.
That's right. It went 6.
Pretty good run.
Pretty great
for the
You
amazing.
got any eulogy? Any closing thoughts
As
for your
the
New York
resident
Mets?
fan.
Lindor was sweeter than Lindt chocolate.
He was so fucking good.
He was great. Shout out to just. Oh wait, now I'm mixing them up with the Yankees.
Of course.
Yeah, shout out to
Yelling at me for being bandwagon.
shout out to the Mets for being New York's insurance team.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved the Subway Series,
Yeah, it was never gonna happen. Come on.
but yeah, the Mets.
I love it. I love
they're-
a little Cinderella run. Maybe
Miracle.
we'll be better next year. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of money coming off the books next year, so a lot of rumors they're going after Juan Soto.
That'd be so funny.
I would love if. I mean, I think they should go after Soto, Fried. Just get the top 3 free agents. Just pay them all. Go nuts.
Don't you want Soto to stay on the Yankees?
Yeah, but if I'm the Mets, fuck it. I mean, yeah, I that's the thing. As a Yankees fan, I don't think they're gonna outbid the Mets.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's whether Soto wants to be with the historic Yankees team, depending what happens in the next year. But
Right.
or if he just wants to be the guy and be the face of the franchise, because he's kind of sharing it with Judge right now
Yeah, for sure.
for this 1 year. But yeah, I got a bad feeling about that. But anyways, yeah, Dodgers so good. Ohtani, he's just
Yeah,
fucking
he's
menace. Menace. He literally doesn't. He's banging leadoff. He's not hitting with no runners on, but his numbers with runners on base are insane. Insane this year. He's just so much better with runners on. And the Dodgers bottom half of the lineup, they just keep turning it over, and getting on for him. It's fucking terrifying to watch. We keep seeing this fucking graphic. 3 batters left until Shohei.
I know.
2 batters
It's
left.
kind of an ominous.
It's so
thing.
good.
graphic.
It's
It's
actually
so
kind of,
ominous.
that's one of the TBS. When I first saw it, I was like, "What is this bullshit?"
Yeah.
They don't do this with anyone else, but they're starting to do it with like Judge and maybe Harper. I don't
3
know.
batters. Shut 3 batters away. But
Yeah.
it's true. They really do it with him.
I'm kind of starting to like it, but because it scares me, man. He's scary. And I was rooting for the Mets for that series. But yeah, any more thoughts on that? Nope. All right, going into the American League Championship Series.
Oh, bada bing, baby.
Rematch of the 22 ALCS, DS actually.
Yeah.
Yankees Guardians, they've matched up with each other quite a few times in my lifetime in the playoffs. Yeah, man, Guardians, four relievers, very scary, very, very good. but a couple of them got hit this postseason.
Class A, bye.
Class A, Gaddis. I mean, Herron was filthy, and he pitched in every game. The lefty, he was nasty. He shut us down. But, yeah, Class A and Gaddis. I mean, they even got hit by Detroit, so it was like signs of life. I was like, that first game where we hit Class A, I was like, bring them in. Let's do this. Come on, here we go. Oh, man. I mean, it was a great series to be a Yankee fan. I was really wasn't super worried. The first 2 games, I was like, when are the Guardians going to show up? This is too easy.
They suck.
Yeah, I mean, they're good hitters. Didn't do much. Naylor, Ramirez. Well, it was decent.
I don't know. They really only have one hitter.
Yeah, Ramirez. Rocchio was great offensively, but just he was a defensive first shortstop all year long. The postseason comes, he's nasty. He's getting nonstop hits in the 9-hole, but makes crucial errors on the field at crucial moments in the series. Honestly, the Yankees hit their bullpen, and
it's just like they were a team that was like, it's kind of like a small ball defensive first bullpen team, and they didn't play good defense, and their
bullpen didn't get it done.
Bullpen sort of fell apart. So
maybe overusage. There could be a debate for that. They pitched a lot all year.
This is why it's bad to be a bullpen team, because you just never know when your bullpen's going to go to shit.
It implode. Yep. And the Yankees bullpen exceeded my expectations so far this postseason. Let's see if they could keep that up in the Fall Classic.
It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Big names out there.
I mean, I fucking stand this guy. This guy. I mean, how many times have I just been fucking iffy on Stan? I'm like, he's getting older. He's injury prone. This and that. But, I've never had a doubt on playoff Stanton. And I was like, as long as he's right, he should be very good in the postseason. And, man, he's fucking amazing. And they kept pitching to him. Fucking craziness. They just kept pitching to him. a lot of weird moves by Voit, but, setting up the blockbuster World Series. Yankees, Dodgers. Yankees, Dodgers. This was my World Series prediction like 4 or 5 years ago. Yankees just never got there, man. But it's good to finally be back there. And Yankees, Dodgers, they've matched up in the World Series the most in MLB history. Fun fact. But haven't matched up against each other in the World Series since like 81 or something. I don't even know. I don't even know when the last time was. I think that's what I heard.
That's kind of like the Celtics, Lakers.
Kind of, yeah. In a way, not really in a weird way. And this is why divisions matters, because the rivalry in baseball is just division rivalries.
Yeah, I see that.
The World Series rivalries are really like I guess it was a thing back in the day for the Yankees, Dodgers.
This one's extra because they used to be in the same city.
They used to be in the same city. Yeah.
Different leagues, matched up in the World Series a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, it hasn't been a thing in my lifetime.
How many times have the Yankees met the Cardinals in the World Series?
It's a good question. I actually don't know. I'm sure it was a thing back in the day. It's not been a thing in my lifetime. Again,
No.
Like it was Yankees, Braves, or the Phillies in 2009, Mets in 2000.
There's not a lot of cross league rivalries that really hit.
Yeah, not in baseball. So Yankees, Dodgers technically are supposed to, but it's like we're talking about like a 20s, 50s rivalry here.
Yeah,
it's 100 years ago. Who knows? But yeah, blockbuster matchup. It's the first time. It's the first time in a while that both 1 seeds. When it's like the 5th time ever. I think first time since 16. It was 16.
Was it 18? Were the Dodgers the number 1 seed in that year? No,
I don't think so. It might have been. I think. What was the Sox Cardinals World Series?
But I feel like
not 04, the other one.
13?
13 might have been the last time.
Yeah.
Maybe the Dodgers one was. They were both one series.
Yeah, I wonder if the
feel like-
Dodgers
I feel
were
like-
first in 18.
I feel like the Giants might have been there. They might have been the wild card or something. I don't remember.
Do you want to guess?
Yeah.
What the record is of the Cardinals against the Yankees in terms of games in the World Series?
Games, overall games?
Overall games, yeah.
Okay. 12-7. Yankees.
Yankees advantage?
Yeah.
No.
What's up?
We got
So do you want to guess
trivia.
the ratio of wins to losses in terms of games up between the Yankees and Cardinals in the World Series?
What did Danny guess?
12-7 Yankees, and I was wrong.
12-7 Yankees is incorrect.
I'll go 10-5 Yankees. I don't even know if these numbers make any
I
sense.
actually don't think they're making
Okay, so they've played in 5 World Series.
Okay.
Okay.
The last one was in 1964.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
Makes sense.
it's 13-15 in favor of the Yankees.
Wow, close.
Yeah.
Close 5.
The first one was a sweep for the Yankees back in 1926.
Yeah.
And
Babe Ruth,
64
Gehrig.
featured Yogi Berra,
Yogi Berra.
yeah, as the manager.
As the manager. Okay. Yeah, 64, so it was like...
The
Man.
Brewers were the number 1 seed
See
in
that-
the NL.
I would have not guessed that. In 18? Wow.
Yeah.
Why does it not ring a bell? Was that like MVP Yelich or something? Or was that
Maybe.
later? It might have been. It must have been. Man, wow. So I think Cardinals Sox was 13. I think I heard that somewhere. I love how they didn't write any of these facts down. Yeah?
You're correct.
Nice.
It is 2013.
Yeah.
I was like, I just can't believe the Red Sox were the number 1
Right,
seed
in
in that year because we
13.
weren't that good, but we won the World Series
Yeah.
anyway.
That's fun. Also, it's like the first time it hasn't been announced, but most likely the 2 MVPs are matching up against each other in the World Series.
Ever? That's the first time?
Well, I'm trying to think of like recent ones, and I can't think of
It's
any.
not been recent, that's for sure.
Yeah, or just like the 2 best players in the league in the past few years. This doesn't really happen in baseball all that much.
No.
And like, not to mention the rest of the star power: Soto, Stanton, Cole, fucking Mookie, Freeman.
Mookie, yeah.
5 MVPs. Kershaw's not playing, but he would have been the 6th MVP in the series.
Crazy.
Do you want to guess the last time that
Yankees Dodgers?
The last time that the 2 MVPs have played each other in the World Series?
Say 1978.
I like
Okay.
that guess for some reason.
I-
I'm gonna go 2 MVPs. 2002.
Nope, but Danny is closer. 2012, Miguel Cabrera
Cabrera,
met
that's what I was
Buster
thinking.
Posey.
Yeah, Cabrera Posey. I did hear that too recently, but I couldn't stick with it.
Previously, 1988, Jose Canseco and Kirk Gibson.
Wow, that's a fun one.
1980, George Brett and Mike Schmidt.
Schmidt, the 2 greatest third basemen ever. Maybe, I don't know.
76, Thurman Munson and Joe Morgan.
Ooh, close with that 78 guess.
75, Fred Lynn and Joe Morgan. Oh man, this Joe Morgan guy.
Joe Morgan,
Joe
one
Morgan.
of the great second basemen.
Is he like
Great
the
voice.
LL
This
Cool
is the
J?
last one I'll say. 1970, Boog Powell for the Orioles and Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench isn't on the bench anymore.
No, he is.
Well, any more baseball thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, you guys have any more thoughts?
I'm excited. I'm happy to see the Yankees in the series.
All right, quick preview. The Dodgers are just kind of better. They're better defensively. They have, or at least slight edge defensively. They have the edge relief pitching, and they have, to me, the edge offensively. They have more big innings. More. They led the league in like big innings by like a good margin of any team. The Yankees have the edge starting pitching by far.
I don't know. I kind of think that the offenses at this point are the same.
They are pretty similar.
And I think that the problem is I just don't even know if the Dodgers have one okay, the Yankees have 2, at least they have one really good starting pitcher and they have another one that I'm pretty comfortable throwing out in a playoff game. After that, I don't know so much.
Fair enough.
With Cole and Rodon. Like I'm happy to start Rodon in a playoff game.
Yeah.
The Dodgers don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. I know they got Flaherty, whatever. I don't think he's that good. He got shelled the last time out. He's really hit or miss. Yamamoto is still like trying to find himself out there, and they don't pitch him more than like four or five innings at the max right now. I just don't know where. And then they get that other guy. What's his name? About on that team
Walker Buehler.
Yeah.
Walker, he doubled TJ. He missed like 2 years. He came back this year.
I know that the Yankees haven't played a lot of. I mean, in the Royals series they played some good starting pitching, but the Guardians not so much.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that much of a step up. And I don't know. I just think the bullpens wear down more. They've had to do so many bullpen games. The Yankees haven't had to. They've at least thrown out a starter every game. I think and I know that the back of the bullpen maybe could get more taxed, but I view sort of the offense as almost a wash.
Okay, that's fair.
I know that the Dodgers have the top end. They've got like one more top end guy, but I don't know if Freeman's going to even play.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll play. Both teams' first basemen probably playing hurt. Freddie Freeman with like a sprained ankle. Rizzo, 2 broken fingers.
Oof.
That's fun. Both lefties, iconic first basemen of their era.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I feel like the starting pitcher has to matter at some point, and I don't think a team can bullpen their way to a World Series. I just don't believe it. It's not really been done.
Mm-hmm.
A bullpen team, you have to have a top end, at least one. A couple guys you feel really comfortable with going, and I just don't know if the Dodgers have any.
Yeah, everyone talks about the Royals World Series team as a bullpen team. They had a really good lineup that year. Great 1 through 9.
And they had starters that would eat innings.
Yeah. So that was a really good balanced team. Obviously, the bullpen's like the most memorable, and it's the prime example, and it's kind of like kind of a change of the tide.
But what happened when they ran into a buzzsaw starter? They lost.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. They lost.
They lost. Yeah, the Yankees have the clear advantage starting pitching. Their bullpen is a little more depth. We have a better advantage with lefty bullpen pitchers, potentially, especially if Nestor plays. But, yeah, they have 3 starters. And Yamamoto is going to be the key, man. If Yamamoto shoves, I think they win the World Series.
I just don't think he looks right, than how he looks different from how he did earlier in the year, and it's a hard time to be extending. So I I mean, they do have a deep bullpen though, and the Yankees bullpen's held up pretty nicely. I mean, Weaver's a fucking stud. Weaver, a stud,
love
man.
him.
He's so good. I mean, he gave up that home run to Jose Ramirez, and then what was the other home run he gave up? To Noel.
I think that the Yankees bullpen can be got because they really haven't. I don't think they've played an offense that's even nearly as close to. It's like this offense is just a whole nother step up.
It really is.
So I think they'd have some trouble, and I'd be worried about just Weaver. I mean, he's been great, but just the amount of tax. Because they've been using him for multiple innings and things. And
Weaver and Clay and
Leiter.
Leiter Jr., yeah. And Kingley. Yeah, we could. Yeah, you can make the same argument with the Dodgers' main guy, Kopech. What's his name? Fuck.
I don't know. I can't remember any of the relievers. I'm like, who are these guys?
Yeah, they're good. They have a lot of good relievers.
I think they could totally get taxed too.
They definitely also have the advantage on the base paths. That's a big fact. They have a lot of speed guys. It's gonna be interesting to see, man. I really think it's gonna come down to which bullpen gets hit, and the back of the lineup. I really think those are the 2 X factors. And, of course, a couple of those starting pitchers. Whoever's during Game 2 for the Dodgers and whoever's during Game 3 and 4 for the Yankees. It's going to be Schmidt and Joe, you assume. I love them. I think I like them. But, I mean, I don't know. Could be tough.
Are we going to make a pick?
Oh, yeah. Ben, we got picks. Who you got?
Picks. Yanks in 7.
I got Yanks in 6. Because I don't want to see a Game 7 at all.
I'm going to... Well, I don't... I really hope something else happens, but I'm picking the Yankees in 6.
Whoa! This is coming from a Red Sox fan.
Well, this is just an objective take.
Yeah.
I will be rooting.
Rooting for the
I will be
Dodgers.
putting on my Dodgers hat.
Wearing a
and
Mookie jersey.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah. I don't love the Dodgers, but I do like the players on the Dodgers.
Yeah, I do too.
Who had more home runs?
Mookie, you have more home
Who have
runs.
more walks?
Whoever walks.
Mookie or Soto. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, man. Juan Soto turning 26 on game 1 on Friday.
Oh, he's going to have a blast.
Come on, man. He's going deep.
He's geeking.
He's going deep.
Yeah.
His birthday, he's 26. Man, that guy's crazy. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm so nervous about this Dodgers because here's my thing about the Yankees offense. It's really good, and some of their replacements. I mean, Jazz and Wells struggled, but like Volpe has hit really well. Glaber's done well. Verdugo has done well. So the role players are stepping up, but I think the most we scored 6 runs maybe a couple times against Cleveland and Kansas City. Dodgers have put up 10 like a bunch of times already this postseason. When they hit, they just hit in bunches, man. So it really makes me really nervous. I mean, it's just going to shorten our pitchers, and it could be a whole thing. This could be scary. Scary. Spooky. Well,
That's baseball, folks.
that's Doug's Dynasty, baby. Danny Diamond's out.
Thanks for tuning in to part 1. We will be back here for part 2, where we'll do our over-under draft. A little late in the game, but fun little segment to see where we land with all the teams. We'll do award and season picks, and I've got a few season preview questions for the gang. So tune in to part 2. Thanks for listening. As always, this is the No Shots Podcast. The No Shots Podcast is brought to you by Dank Delish Coffee. You can find Dank Delish Coffee beans at dankdelish.com and have their deliciousness shipped right to your lovely abode. Start your morning with a cup of delish. You can also follow the No Shots Podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Like and comment. Thanks for listening to the show.